How do you describe Dr. Ronald Fagin? Only one word: wow. From the beginning, Ron has seen the world at a speed only a few can imagine. At Northwest, Ron Fagin was involved in everything, graduating with a perfect 4.0 grade point average. He was an all-state orchestra selection for the clarinet. It doesn't stop there for Ron. He engaged in many organizations at Northwest, serving as president of 4 of them: Band, National Honor Society, German Club, and Honor Math. In addition, Ron was Moneyball before Billy Bean was born, serving as Mr. Van Pool's statistician for 3 years and lettering all 3 years. Plus, his flag football team reached the finals 4 consecutive years. His high school years should have indicated how unique Ron is. Ron graduated summa cum laude with highest distinction in mathematics from Dartmouth and served as research assistant to the future president of Dartmouth, John Kameny. He earned his PhD in mathematics at the University of California at Berkeley. As part of his PhD thesis in mathematical logic and finite model theory, he proved a now famous mathematical result, Fagin's theorem. Ron began his professional career with IBM in 1973, where he's still working to make our world a better place. His work at IBM has helped develop what we now know as databases, which impacts every person on Earth's life every day. Ron is tenacious, and when solving a problem, he paces, and you better leave him alone when he's pacing. Only about 150 people are members of the National Academy of Sciences, National Academy of Engineering, American Academy of Arts and Sciences, making Ron one of the most unique people in the nation. Now he's even more unique, becoming a member of the Order of the Round Table. Knights and ladies, the top student in Northwest Classen history, Dr. Ronald Fagin.
Knights and ladies, Faith Hill is involved in National Honor Society, piano, band, and multiple sports. Her future plans include OCCC for basics, then Southwestern to major in psychology and music. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to be here to talk with you.
Thank you.
I think when people hear all of the things that you've done and everything you've accomplished all these years, they get to the part about Fagin's theorem. And they go, I know better than to ask what it is, but how did you get there from Northwest Classen to Fagin's theorem? Something named after you. How did you get there?
Actually, Northwest Classen was where I first gained my love of mathematics, taking classes and saying, wow, this is something I want to do the rest of my life. And I actually had a dream of having a theorem named after me. I remember I even wrote down on pieces of paper, Fagin's theorem, and looked at it and thought, that looks awfully good. And then many years later, in my PhD, I proved the result, and I won't bore you with the mathematical details, but the basic idea, it showed a very surprising connection between how hard it is to solve a problem and how hard it is to describe the problem. And it created a whole field. This area is called descriptive complexity. That's what Fagin's theorem is. It proves that fact, and many people jumped on the bandwagon and proved later results. So anyway, that's the story of Fagin's theorem.
I understand you never rested in high school. In fact, one of my other sources came up with, not as elaborate as The Shield, but from The Shield, an article about you. Ronnie. And it shows a picture of you, and it says, golly, 17 numbers after my name.
In the
gloats Ronnie Fagin, because they put your name and then how many pages you appear on. Ronnie was on 17 pages. Tell me about high school.
Oh, I loved Northwest Classen, and I felt really happy and honored to be there. And I tried to take advantage of every moment of it. So I did the things I love, which was learning things. I mean, I've always been very curious, and I always want to learn. And I really enjoyed being the statistician on the basketball team, because it's a whole different world out there, the world of jocks.
And you lettered.
That's true, and I loved it. So, I love to do many different things. I love people. I love to get involved with people. And so not only with science, but with people. And I was able to do that at Northwest Classen and have continued to do that the rest of my life.
So in your career, what thing do you have the most pride about the way it has influenced people?
Wow. Well, Fagin's theorem certainly is one of them, because as I said, it created a whole field. There's now zillions of people jumped on top of that and now are trying to extend it in various directions and do various other things. So, I hate to keep coming back to that, but it really is near and dear to my heart.
How old were you when you created Fagin's theorem?
I was as part of my PhD thesis at Berkeley, so that was in around 1973, so I was like 28 years old. 28 years old.
So what have you been doing since?
Actually, it turns out that there are something like 10 or 11 things named after me now. I was recently honored at an event, and they said there's Fagin 01 law, the Fagin inverse, Fagin's this and this. There's actually something like 11 different things with the word Fagin in them. My favorite's Fagin's theorem, but there are other things too. So
you haven't just been sitting back on
I have
your
not
laurels.
been sitting back. I've been doing other Fagin-things.
So what do you do? What do you do for fun?
Oh, I enjoy reading. But to me, actually, science is fun. To me, curiosity, I'm very, very curious, so I don't just learn about mathematics, I learn about many different areas. I subscribe to something like, 10 science magazines. I love to read about other areas of science. To me, just feeding your curiosity and learning about things is very exciting, so that's something I love to do.
I know you were very eager to meet with the students from
That's
Northwest
true.
Classen. What did you tell them?
Well, one thing I tell students, and I'm very often asked by students things like, what should I do, how should I think? And I tell them, first of all, be very open-minded, be very curious, really open your mind to things, and find something you love. Like I found mathematics. Find something you love and really pursue it. Really try and become good at it. Really try to make it a deep part of yourself. I feel like I can put my arm around mathematics. I know it and it knows me. So find something you love and stick with it, and that's a key to success.
Here's a mean question. Are you ready? 4 points out of Northwest Classen. One of the references in this article is average D. And I read the fine print. It doesn't say you made a D. It said that when you go to Dartmouth, you will be average because everybody's so smart. Did you encounter that?
No.
No.
Actually, I graduated from Dartmouth summa cum laude with highest distinction in math, and I finished third in the class, and the two guys before me told me they were afraid to take some of those math classes I took, so they didn't do it. So anyway,
So did you ever make a B?
In 7th grade art, I got a B+.
Art. So that didn't hurt when I asked you.
No, it didn't.
I'm good. I didn't know the answer, I promise.
That's interesting with the average D, though.
So it says also you're a great kidder.
Oh, no. I am, it's true.
And that you play the clarinet. Do you still play?
That's the sad thing, I don't do it. I used to love clarinet. I was the president of the band. I was first chair clarinet, and I got all-state in orchestra, and I really loved it. And then when I went to college at Dartmouth, I played clarinet in the band there, but somehow afterwards, somehow it stops. I feel bad. You found something I feel bad about. So I'm not doing coronate anymore. So.
But it's not too late.
It's not too late. Actually,
Remember, you're curious and
I
open-minded.
know. I could pick it up and do it again.
could
Actually, about a year or two ago, I picked it up, got it out of the attic, blew the dust off the case, and played it a little bit. And it felt pretty good. So you never know. I might go back to it.
That would be very, very exciting.
It would be fun.
Do you have a mantra or a saying that you try to live by?
Wow. Mantra saying, well, pursue your dreams. That's something I believe, and that's something I tell students. Think big. I mean, don't think small. Think big. Think about things that are important. Think about ways you can affect the world. That's something I've always tried to do. So anyway, so that's something I do. And it's something I'm very honored by. You mentioned National Academy of Sciences, I think. Mm-hmm. Something I want to say about that I felt so honored about was every year they elect like 4 mathematicians, 4 physicists, 4 chemists, 4 computer scientists. So I was thrilled when I was selected because that meant at the time I was viewed as one of the top 4 in the world who were not already in the academy. So I felt amazingly honored, and to me, it reflected, my love of science, and that they sensed that, and they sensed I was making contributions. So I felt incredibly honored by that.
I'm getting the feeling that if we had a yearbook here today, there would be 34 pages
I see.
of all of your accomplishments.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Welcome to the Order of the Round Table.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Dr. Ronald Fagin.